I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land. I thank them for and acknowledge the ongoing relationship with country. And I would also like to honour and pay respect to elders both past, present and future. As I breathe in the toxic car fumes as I continue on my path to work, the large Gabba Stadium dominating where once trees would have been growing strong, sport now a commodity for white entertainment, where empty bottles litter the path, water at a cost to the environment and consumer, once a respected free land of the Indigenous Australians before their land and culture destabilised. I came across a painting of a diverse range of coloured skinned people decorating a local primary school in my local neighbourhood. So perhaps I am mistaken, and diversity and equality is expressed in our education system after all, and we the white people did become tolerant as we came to stay. Although, as I continue walking mindfully, the sign of diversity is a sign of an attempt to paint a picture of how things should appear, yet no trace of the dark history of Australia being symbolised here, the truth of history painted off-site by the white education system, the same institutions that behind closed doors so far shows far few Indigenous Australian children enrolled and completing school. Yet aren't these children given equal access? The British penal colony set up their camps and then legal brick establishments enforced their laws, still dominant today, as I passed the local magistrate's court to work, with its large Australian flag, a symbol of British Empire dominance, right out the front. No Indigenous flag or acknowledgement. With a higher incarceration rate as opposed to being employed and able to govern themselves. Superior Western laws enforced within brick establishments, stripped from land and Indigenous culture right to self-determination, while Western legal and political systems still maintain momentum. Looking up at the big court building, I felt its dominance, like maybe I shouldn't be taking pictures. I felt a sense of anger at myself as I realised that the powerlessness I was feeling near the large Western legal structure must be minor compared to that experienced by Indigenous Australians during invasion and still today. As I turned to cross the road to go to work dominated by white people and a system controlled by time, which punishes Indigenous people when not on time according to Western culture. The Western legal courts on one side and shops on the other, where I buy my morning coffee across the road. I realise my very habit of buying a coffee and going to work to enforce policies from a Western legal, political, social services system, that I too play just as much a part of the continued dominance of Western culture as my ancestors who came to and came to stay and take over all those centuries ago. As I stood admiring the beautiful tree down at the Kangaroo Point crossing, it dawned on me that this tree with a large trunk pushing through the road, that whilst the concrete and destruction of land has occurred, and the peace of the land and of Indigenous culture disrupted at an unimaginable degree, the tree growing strong with its roots is a symbol of the ongoing Indigenous resistance and strength of Indigenous persons. As the self-advocacy for human rights and self-determination continues and culture proud and standing strong.